bigger. This is the small size. You had it bigger before.
Okay, we are on YouTube now, so let's not anymore. Huh?
Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Right?
Om
You had
Namo
it bigger.
Bhagavate
Okay, we are on YouTube
Vasudevaya.
now, so let's not anymore. Huh?
Om
Okay.
Namo
Om Namo.
Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chanarottamam Divim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jamudirayat Ashtaprayeshva Bhatreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatutamā Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki Jagat Guru Shila Prabhupada Ki Jai. So, should I start with text 20, huh?
Could you give a little background? Or if you don't, then I can give either way. Like,
Yeah, we have spoken last time, especially about the mood, how to get higher knowledge or how to um, um, realize transcendental knowledge. So Devahuti get all information from Kapila Dev, her son, and he was instructing her that actually someone should be must understand that material life is abominable and should feel himself very helpless, so very deep fallen, like always we come to the Shikshastakam actually. So therefore it is in every temple we would read Shikshastakam every day, because actually without this Shikshastakam we can even not enter deeply the Krishna Katha. It's not possible even not to chant properly. So we feel always tired by chanting or hearing Krishna Katha when we are not Trinatapi. So that was described in so many verses, so that we should understand that material life is useless. We should be feeling very helpless. And then in such a state, we can nicely ask questions. And otherwise, we can even not ask questions. If we remember in all temples when we are joining in the class, so less devotees are questioning some questions, because they have no questions. But what we read in Bhagavad Gita 4.34, you know the verse Pratidena, blah, blah, and Upadekshanti and all this. So that means, yeah, we should be very humble, give service to the spiritual master, always asking questions, and then the exchange of questions and answers would be very nice and can be realized. So that we must come to this platform to feel very humble, or not to feel and be very humble, and feel very helpless, because this actually, when we are 10,000th part of 10,000th time hair tip, that we are actually nothing. So that's the reality actually. And so more we know that we are nothing or so small, and then so smaller we feel, so more helpless we feel, and then automatically we are calling for some bigger person, and that's Krishna or spiritual master. And then we can remember so many questions, what to question. And then nicely we get answers, and then we can not only get gyan, but vigyan. Huh? So practical realization, and then full enlightenment. Huh? So this was like in my words altogether. Huh? Is it okay or?
Yeah, very good.
So, and now we go in text 20. but I have not a Sanskrit copy. Only
Maybe if you like, I can.
yeah, nice.
We can. Let me see if we can share. Okay. Yeah. Are you able to see this?
Yes.
Okay. Someone wants to read?
Prashangam ajaram pasam atmana kavayo vidu sa eva sadhu sukrito mokshadvaram apavritam. Prashangam, attachment, ajaram, strong, pasam, entanglement, atmanaha, of the soul, kavayaha, learned man, viduhu, know, sa eva, that same, sadhushu, to the devotees, krita, applied, moksha dvaram, the door of liberation, apavritam, opened. So, translation, every learned man knows very well that attachment for the material is the greatest entanglement of the spirit soul. But that same attachment, when applied to the self-realized devotees, opened the door of liberation. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Here it is clearly stated that attachment for one thing is the cause of bondage in conditioned life, and the same attachment, when applied to something else, opens the door of liberation. Attachment cannot be killed. It has simply to be transferred. Attachment for material things is called material consciousness, and attachment for Krishna or his devotee is called Krishna consciousness. Consciousness, therefore, is the platform of attachment. It is clearly stated here that when we simply purify the consciousness from material consciousness to Krishna consciousness, we attain liberation. Despite the statement that one should give up attachment, desirelessness is not possible for a living entity. A living entity, by constitution, has a propensity to be attached to something. We see that if someone has no object of attachment, if he has no children, then he transfers his attachment to cats and dogs. This indicates that the propensity for attachment cannot be stopped. It must be utilized for the best purpose. Our attachment for material things perpetuates our conditional state, but the same attachment, when transferred to the Supreme Personality of Godhead or his devotee, is the source of liberation. Here it is recommended that attachment should be transferred to the self-realized devotees, the sadhus. And who is a sadhu? A sadhu is not just an ordinary man with a saffron robe or long beard. A sadhu is described in Bhagavad Gita as one who unflinchingly engaged in devotional service, even though one is found not to be following the strict rules and regulations of devotional service. If one simply has unflinching faith in Krishna, the Supreme Person, he is understood to be a sadhu. Sadhur eva sa mantavyam. Bhagavad Gita 9:30. A sadhu is a strict follower of devotional service. It is recommended here that if one at all wants to realize Brahman or spiritual perfection, his attachment should be transferred to the sadhu or devotee. Lord Caitanya also confirmed this. Lavamatra sadhu sange sarva siddhihaya. Chaitanya Caritamrita Madhya Lila 22.54. Simply by a moment's association with a sadhu, one can attain perfection. Mahatma is a synonym of sadhu. It is said that service to a Mahatma or elevated devotee of the Lord is Dvaram Ahur Vimuktehe, the royal road of liberation. Mahat Sevam Dvaram Ahur Vimuktes Tamo Dvaram Yoshitam Sangi Sangam, Bhagavad Gita 552. Rendering service to the materialists has the opposite effect. If anyone offers service to a gross materialist or a person engaged only in sense enjoyment, then by association with such a person, the door to hell is opened. The same principle is confirmed here. Attachment to a devotee is attachment to the service of the Lord, because if one associates with a sadhu, the result will be that the sadhu will teach him how to become a devotee, a worshipper, and a sincere servitor of the Lord. These are the gifts of a sadhu. If we want to associate with a sadhu, we cannot expect him to give us instructions on how to improve our material condition. But he will give us instructions on how to cut the knot of the contaminations of material attraction and how to elevate ourselves in devotional service. That is the result of associating with a sadhu. Kapila Muni first of all instructs that the path of liberation begins with such association. Okay, again the verse. Again, for recall translation, perfection and self-realization. Yeah, every learned man knows very well that attachment for the material is a great entanglement of the spiritual soul. But the same attachment, when applied to the self-realized devotees, opens the door of liberation. So here we can see, moment, I can take maybe my text as no. Yeah. I will make an exception, except.
You have to share. You have to share it again.
Yeah, so that means attachment to a real sadhu.
Can you share your screen?
You cannot see it?
Every time I share, then you'll get cut off.
Oh, moment. Then here maybe now. Now? Yeah, okay. Yeah, now, so here it is said in the end, I start with the end of the Prabhupada purport, that the path of liberation begins with such association of a pure devotee or sadhu. So that they, in ISKCON, I was more than 10 years, they always told me, if I don't take some guru of ISKCON, then my devotional service have not started even. Oh, I was shocked. I have then thought, why? I'm doing book distribution, I do everything what you are doing, why I'm not starting even? So because their understanding is that I must take a physical living, so-called physical guru. But so I came also, I was reading Bhagavad Gita some minutes and it was clear Prabhupada is my guru for my life. So in 1 second it was clear. So therefore, if we meet some sadhu physically or in form of his purport or instructions, then we get immediately Bhagavad Gita initiation. And then we try to follow what we have read or hear. And then we start after this initiation, we start with Bhajana Diksha. one symptom of Diksha is Abhajana Kriya, but it comes after Sadhusanga, after faith means, what is the Sanskrit name?
Adho Shraddha Tatha Sadhu Sangha Tatha Bhajana Kriya.
Before Sadhusanga, the word?
Shraddha.
Yes. So Shraddha, then Sadhusanga, and then sometimes it's not written, but there must be also, we should know, after Sadhusanga, Diksha, and then Bhajana Kriya, automatically, because otherwise we cannot go on with some with some angas of devotional service. So if we have no information, then we are in ignorance, so we cannot go
Bring
on.
that verse up.
Huh?
I can send you I can show you the verse where it is written. You have,
You have? Yeah, nice.
second. It is in the Caitanya Charitamrita.
Mhm.
Adho Shraddha Tatha Sadhu Sangha. And that. Sorry. So it is Madhya Leela 23, 14, 15. You want
Oh, wow.
the 14 to 15. Shall I
Yes.
bring it up?
Yes, yeah, why not?
This is the verse, Madhya Leela, Madhya Leela 23rd chapter, 14 to 15. This one, you want to do it? Adho Shraddha Tatha Sadhu Sangha, this.
Yes, okay. Should I take immediately the translation or not?
Word to word, if you take, here it is.
Okay, word to word. Adho, in the beginning, Shraddha, firm faith or disinterest. That's very nice. Huh? Shraddha, not only firm faith, even or disinterest in material affairs and interest in spiritual advancement. Always we get this. Tattaha, thereafter. Sadhu Sangha, association with pure devotees. Yeah, we can also say that Prabhupada called every temple devotee as pure devotee. So we have two kinds of pure devotees. So the absolute pure devotee like Srila Prabhupada, and then the external pure devotees like temple devotees are not Uttamadikari, but following the instruction always. So long they are following, they also, Prabhupada called them pure devotees. And Atha, then bhajana kriya, performance of devotional service to Krishna, surrendering to the spiritual master and being encouraged by the association of devotees, so that initiation takes place. Yeah. Tattaha, thereafter.
This is where what you were saying, right? The initiation Diksha is taking place.
Because I have it in the mind, but I don't know exactly always the which verse it is. So you are more expert in this. Tattaha, thereafter anatta nivritti, the diminishing of all unwanted habits, syat, there should be, tattaha, then nishta, firm faith, ruchi, taste, tattaha, thereafter, atta, then ashakti, attachment, attachment here. Tattaha, then bhava, emotion of affection, tattaha, thereafter, prema, love of God, abhyudanchati, arises. Sadakanam, of the devotees practicing Krishna consciousness. Ayam, this. Premnaha, of love of God. Pradurbhave, in the appearance. Bhavet, is. Kramaha, the chronological order. Translation. In the beginning, there must be faith. Then one becomes interested in associating with pure devotees. Thereafter, one is initiated by the spiritual master executes the regulative principles under his orders. Thus one is freed from all unwanted habits and becomes firmly fixed in devotional service. Thereafter, one develops taste and attachment. This is a way of sadhana bhakti, the execution of devotional service according to the regulative principles. Gradually, emotions intensify, and finally, there is an awakening of love. This is a gradual development of love of God for the devotee interested in Krishna consciousness. Yeah. So actually, we can say we have here Vaidhi Bhakti and Raganuga Bhakti in same time, indirectly between the words. And at first, we should always follow very strictly the instruction of a pure devotee like Srila Prabhupada. But even if some new persons from the street joining the temple, and maybe some new bhakta or whoever is living in the temple, some devotee or the temple president, is giving him the instruction what to do, chant the mantra, give him the beads, everything. You should also always remember that it's Prabhupada, invisible, in his non-physical form, because what we are doing in the temple is directly by instruction by Srila Prabhupada. So we are like parrots, and when we are speaking what Prabhupada speak, then Prabhupada say, yeah, you should be the Shiksha, and I am the Diksha. So it actually Prabhupada is initiating through us all, if we don't concoct and follow exactly and give the new devotees, neophytes, same instruction what Prabhupada gave. Please chant 16 rounds, follow the 4 rules and regulations, stand up in the morning, and all this, so that actually Prabhupada have given the real Diksha, and he take the sins, not the temple president or not some other preacher, especially Prabhupada. And then he can destroy his, and then the anatta nivritti would be destroyed. And only after anatta nivritti, someone can worship Vishnu. Otherwise, it's very, very difficult. If full of sins in our heart, then we cannot probably. The one meaning of Diksha is that all the papa is also destroyed. And this can only be done by the words of the pure devotee who is Uttamadikari, who can see Krishna, hear Krishna, and have love to Godhead. And if he give Divya Gyan instructions, then this transcendental Shiksha is automatically Diksha. The main point, this is Bhagavad Vidhi. So there is no need of some formalities, because this is the esoteric meaning of Diksha, destroying the anarthas immediately, and that can be only by pure devotee, like Srila Prabhupada. And by it, yes?
Should I stop sharing this, or you want to continue on this verse?
Yeah, you can take that out, and I can go to my text. Maybe someone want to say something now to us. So, I go moment. Where is my?
Balaram Prabhu, waiting for
Yeah.
one of your 100 excellent questions.
108. Yeah, of course, the question, yeah, and yeah. So question will arise, of course, in many people as to what we just read is, of course, okay, so then how do we gain faith? Because a lot of people come.
Sorry, how to what?
How do we gain Shraddha, faith?
Yeah.
Because in the beginning, we don't have faith, and we need time, we need association to get the faith, right?
Yeah, but moment. Look, always when I stay all the years on the street with some books. So maybe some people, they saw me and I saw them every every day sometimes. They come from the work, I stay on the same corner. They don't realize that I stay there. They are in the mind. So for shopping or so many plans for sense gratification. But then after some time, the same person, after maybe some years, he saw me always. Hey, then he said, oh my God, now this and this happens in my life. And my mom died, and then I lost my job. And someone tell me something about God or whatever. And now I'm interested, what kind of books you have? There's also some little. So otherwise he cannot stop me and ask me for the books even. If there's even not a pinch of something. So changed in his life somehow. Krishna or special Durga Devi, Krishna's pure devotee, have trained him also by karma even, maybe. And somehow or other, he gets so much punishment. And by so much punishment, he become what? Helpless and feel that he's very small. Always by palm. Therefore, Mother Queen Kunti's pure devotee is always praying that Krishna give me suffering and not happiness. But for such a devotees, they understand because they are pure devotees, they can every second be puffed up. And then if you are puffed up, you can even not stop a book distributor on the street. Because you know everything, you're puffed up, then why to be interested in some books about self-realization? Because you know everything. So therefore, Durga is teaching them by force. Maybe some. They are crying at home alone, maybe before very puffed up, very rich persons even. And sometimes they ask for books, very humble even. But then I can feel immediately Durga Devi has trained them very good. So very, very heavy training. And then they become humble, become little faith. And then they start to ask something. That's the beginning also. Then I give them book and then they get more. Then they come in the temple. They get more association. And then they get, let's say, Diksha by Prabhupada or through the devotees in the temple, what to do. And then they start, and so we can say like this also. And then the faith is growing more and more. Because this is only the beginning, little Shraddha. And then to the little Shraddha, they contact some preacher maybe, or in the internet or whatever, because they become very humble or very small by force, by much heavy suffering. Now there is one devotee here in the temple. So through him is a new bhakta now, I think. So he came he get some small card of the street from Bhakta Kim. And then he came here and wanted to know something about the Vedas. And then I was taking 1-2 days only with him, my time with him, preaching and speaking with him. And then he told me that he was full atheist and his father was beating him so much in his childhood that he hated his father so much. And then the father died because of cancer. And he said, I was so happy that he died even, because he was beating him. He was a very fanatic Christian. And he was beating his child because he said that something sexual energy should not grow. And then he wanted to make him good devotee. And then I call this total crazy. And this was his teaching. And his mom even have not defend him. She was always beat and with some blue face. But in the end, he told me, he was questioning in his inner space why he suffers so much. And this is the first question of Buddha. So, and then he was very interested in God consciousness. And then he started to read some Vedas even about Vishnu, and therefore he came. So then I told him, oh, now you can give mercy to your father. Maybe he helped you. And he was shocked that I told him like this. And because it was not your father, it was the material energy, and she's called Durga. And she was taking the form of your father and beat you up so that you came to God. Now, now it's okay or not? And you say, oh, okay. But such a thinking, I don't know. Oh my God. Okay, but actually you're right. So you can forgive your father even, and then you can give up this negative mood even. It was not good. It's for sure
So
on some duality, but in same time he gets some faith, and he came here, and now he can grow his Shraddha more and more. I hope. Let's see.
So another way to go Shraddha, isn't that through Sukriti also, the initial?
Yeah.
That is not dependent on Maya beating. That is
Mm.
one way, of course, that is like the primary way, it seems. But people can get beaten,
Some
and
not, yeah, they never learn, yeah.
unless there is Sukriti, some
Yeah.
pious activity which is connected to God, not just material pious activity.
Yeah.
That's why Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, no, 7, what, 15, what is it? Artho, Artharthi, Jigyasu. What, four kinds of pious people, that's Sukriti na Arjuna. That verse.
चतुर्विधा भजन
चातुर्वर्ण्यं मया सृष्टं गुणकर्म विभागशः
No, yeah. Now you got me confused.
चतुर्विधा भजन्ते माम
Yeah.
जनाना सुकृत अर्जुना.
Right.
for
Seven.
But there is some nice combination, because I remember how I was also atheist, and I took so many intoxicants, so drugs, and I was full atheist actually. But sometimes I took so much drugs that I was in nearby death. So much cocaine that I was crying and told my girlfriend, please bring me to the doctor. My heart is attacking me. I think I took too much, I die. And then in this kind, I started to pray to God fully. And this is in the same time, this is a pious activity. But started by full suffering. So not everyone is, I know many of
The
my
thing is,
old
why
friends,
did you?
they have never prayed to God, but I have done some.
No, according to what I have understood is,
Yeah.
Shraddha means we have done some
Past.
Krishna conscious activity in our previous some life.
Yeah.
It
This,
doesn't mean in this
exactly.
previous life. It could be 50, 100 lives back. But when we are suffering so much, by the Lord's arrangement, we are able to remember the Lord. So that is Shraddha. We already have some Shraddha, but we don't know that. It's not uh, revealed yet for us.
No,
But
but we
inside it is there.
it can be
Gajendra pastime,
by suffering.
and Gajendra moksha, no? It's why
Yes.
he remembered Krishna was because of his past Sukruti. Not
Nice.
otherwise. Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is saying, no, if one gets so much misery, then one can either become a atheist or commit suicide. If Sukruti is not there and only misery comes.
So nice combination. So Kriti, suffering, yeah, and then nice. And then they get some, no? And then again, they need some suffering, and then the Sukriti be activated. And then they ask maybe, oh, can I have a book? And after some times, if they feel they become again puffed up, then also for me, it's also like, then I can remember Queen Kunti. It's really sometimes nice, even if you are still a devotee, and to get some punishment sometimes is really good. Also for spiritual progress, it's really, you should, that's sure.
You have raised.
Yeah. Can I just ask a follow-up question to that? So would I be wrong in saying that one of the Guru Tattvas or symptoms of Mahabhagavat is that even if somebody doesn't have faith or past Sukriti like me, that he comes, especially in the line of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and they just, let's say, override that lack of qualification, even if they don't have faith or don't have Sukriti from past, still Prabhupada, somebody like Prabhupada, can just give book and directly give faith in this one life. Is that
Actually,
a possibility?
maybe Nimai Pandit Prabhu can also, but what I understood, what you said now, that I know there are some, because of Sukriti and some other, even someone can be immediately in this life, in spontaneous devotional service, immediately great taste for hearing. Normally, that's not standard. Huh? Normally, we have not such a taste for chanting Shravanam Kirtanam. You must work for this at first. But if someone get this immediately, that it's very easy to understand that his progress was in life before. But sometimes we can read, by chance, even, some rascal get the chance to get contact with a pure devotee. So then even also he can start with devotional service. But what I understood, that there's some option that even someone have no security, maybe even, it looks for me, therefore I will ask you also, that it's also one option that even by chance, sometimes it is written, he get the contact of a pure devotee, and then he can be also come up to devotional service.
Gauranga Sundar Prabhu, you want to also say? Oh, Aruna Mataji is going to say, but yeah, Gauranga Sundar Prabhu, please, you also. Anybody, go ahead, please. Aruna Mataji and
You can correct me if I'm wrong. What I've understood is that we are in Kali Yuga. That means we have done some bad activities in our past, and that is why we are in Kali Yuga, the worst Yuga. But some good quality we must have done in our past, that we are born in a time when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, when Prabhupada has come. So some, I would say, point one or whatever, very, very minimal. But it is still because of the mercy of the pure devotee that we are actually progressing. So it's not based off of our Sukriti. It's mainly, yeah, that gives a little, impetus because at that particular time when we are in too much pain, too much suffering, too much thing, we can become, the other way, like how Krishna is saying. But because of that little, we are taking to Krishna consciousness, and that is not because of ourselves, because Prabhupada came and he's flooded, and the Krishna consciousness everywhere, and there are devotees, and with their help we are able to get his mercy. I feel like that. I don't know if you can correct me if what I said is correct or wrong.
Gauranga Sundar Prabhu, you want to address? He's Maun Vrata. Okay. Why don't you say it? Bhakti is causeless. Bhakti gives bhakti, no sukriti, no yagya, no tapas can give bhakti. Bhakta who is carrying bhakti can give bhakti. Okay.
Yeah, but there more. Then this is very nice that you bring up now this. I have also read Madhurya Kadambini. It's not Prabhupada's book, but also very interesting. And there is also, but they say that actually bhakti only, in fact, bhakti. But there are two kinds of bhakti. The one bhakti is not the real bhakti, it's Vaidhi bhakti. It is a part of jnana. And that can be also get by some knowledge. So that we start, but the real bhakti later on, that can be never get, because bhakti becomes only can infect someone the real bhakti. But before real bhakti, there's by Vaidhi bhakti is a part of gyan part. It's not by pure bhakti, so by some knowledge we are doing this, and that's also possible. But then if we have not the real guru have the bhakti, and also we can never come to the spontaneous devotion service. So that's the next point. But this was nicely, I get it from Madhur Kanabini also, what I remember.
So the question
Also,
is, yeah, how does one really start bhakti, right? You know, that's
can I
what.
add one more point in this? So, when devotees are doing book distribution or we are singing, we are chanting everything, that creates sukruti. So, the devotees, those who were over there, in what like Prabhu was explaining, that this devotee was going through all these things and he joined the temple now. So, he got an opportunity. So, this just by seeing devotees, book distribution, that itself created, maybe he felt good, oh, this person, some good feelings he must have had. So these are also sukruti only, no? So even if you have sukruti or not from your previous, so even by just seeing devotees, by hearing kirtan, by taking prasadam, that itself is sukruti, right?
Yes, yes. Yeah, even Prabhupada said by seeing only the tilak. Therefore, Prabhupada was so important for him to have always tilak. There's no exception even not to have tilak. Because if we read the stories of tilak, this is unbelievable. Oh my God. This is really, I forget again. Yeah, that's very tilak.
Satyam,
Even if they see only tilak, immediately so many sins goes away.
Jayapataka Maharaj became devotee by seeing a devotee with a tilak, no?
Ah, you see.
Satyamna Prabhu, yeah.
Yeah, Prabhu, that shloka that Namam Dushkritino Muda and that Sukritino, it is mentioned, Prabhupada, right, that unlike the miscreants, for Sukriti, Prabhupada is writing in purport,
Let's say
unlike the
one second.
miscreants, those who are,
Can you share it?
yeah, but yeah, you can share 7.60 purport.
Seven.
Bhagavad Gita, 760.
Sorry, Balaram, Mathurapati Prabhu,
No problem, no problem.
7.16. Okay. Okay. Chaturvidha
Yeah,
bhajante ma.
yeah, I will write. Chaturvida bhajante mam jana sukritino Arjuna. Shall I read the whole thing or shall I?
Yeah.
Chaturvida, four kind of bhajite, render service, mam unto me, jana persons, sukritina, those who are pious, Arjuna, O Arjuna, Arth, the distressed, Jigyasu, the inquisitive, Artharthi, one who desires material gain, Jnani, one who knows things as they are, Cha also, Bharat Rishabha, O great one amongst the descendants of Bharata. Translation: O best among the Bharatas, Arjun, four kind of pious men render devotional service unto me, the distressed, the desirer of wealth, the inquisitive, and he who is searching for knowledge of the absolute purpose. So, Prabhupada, unlike the miscreants, they are adherents of the regulative principles of the scriptures, and they are called Sukritino, or they who or those who obey the rules and regulations of scriptures, the moral and social laws, and are more or less devoted to the Supreme Lord. So this point that the Sukritino Prabhupada saying that they follow the regulative principles and they obey the rules and regulation scriptures, the moral and the social laws. But afterwards, Srila Prabhupada mentioned in the last part, I think we generally nobody follow these principles. But those who are dushkriti, even they come in contact with the pure devotees, they
Yes,
can also become sukriti. Yeah, that is
yes,
the
yes. This is the point. Even there are so
yeah.
many options. Yeah, yeah.
Then you can just continue.
Very good point. So, one thing I wanted to address, Balaram Prabhu, he's showing by example what Mathura Prabhu was reading from uh, third canto, 25th chapter, verse 1 to 19, where Mathura Prabhu kept on explaining, and today also, that that when one is giving up material things and one is inquisitive to go to Krishna and really understand, then jigyasa will come, inquiry, lot of questions. So Balaram Prabhu, just by that symptom, no, however, whatever he can say, I'm not like that, but the symptoms you see, they show where he is situated. Because he has all these very, very good questions. Like really, he's always trying to, it's not like, and Srila Prabhupada keeps saying that when one asks questions, like it's not like, oh, he doesn't know. It is to go more and more deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. That's how one should take when devotees ask questions. And we should always keep on, such a good example he is. And
And can I just
no,
ask you to help me or add into what Mataji said? I remember that Prabhupada had some conversation in a park, I think it was in London, where devotees, the disciples asked him, how do people get the faith to come in contact with him, or why do some join, some don't, something like that. And Prabhupada gave the answer that you create their good fortune.
exactly.
Meaning, like Mataji said, when devotees, because we devotees, we're extensions of Prabhupada, like Mathurapati said. So we shouldn't, of course, think we're doing it, but being extensions and carriers of Prabhupada and chanting Hare Krishna or giving them prasadam, we or Prabhupada creates that good fortune by which then they can become attractive. Of course, some are there from past life because there's all levels of devotees. But I just wanted to clarify for myself that as far as the science of pure devotee, Guru Tattva, that there is example or symptom where the pure devotee creates directly the faith, he gives it. It's not necessarily that it's always from past or from past.
Yeah.
Very good. One more thing I wanted to make address this, that because you asked very pertinent questions. Now, how should we address them? Like, it's great what Madhurapati Prabhu explained. Oh, I was standing there and I saw this is pratyaksha praman. That's a direct perception and directly we are speaking. Now, there are three ways which we offer evidences. One is Shabda Praman, Anuman Praman, and Pratyaksha Praman. So all can be equal, but our primary is Shabda, which is we hear from Srila Prabhupada. So I would say, when you ask it, where does Srila Prabhupada say that? Where does he say that? Especially in his books, when we are talking of scriptures. All of these are great, but where does Srila Prabhupada say? I don't know if we should, Madhur Prabhu, if you don't mind, if I can, Madhurya Kadambani and all the other books, they are Acharya's books, we know, you know. So we take it with full respect, but should we first look at what, I mean, Srila Prabhupada would have already answered these, you know. And of course, then we can go in other places. So, like what our Prabhu brought, Pradyumna Prabhu, wonderful, this is Sukriti, from this verse, this is his explanation. Then things are so clear, like this is what a Sukriti is. And then he explained about how he quoted, even if one does not have Sukriti, then by association of pure devotees, even if one is Dushkritina, who has no Dushkritina, no Sukriti, he also is created. So that's the seed of our understanding, and then from there it expands. Then Gauranga Sundar Prabhu quoted this words too. Guru Krishna Prasadipa, that's Brahmanda Brahmite, Kono Bhagyavan Jeev, Guru Krishna Prasadipai Bhakti Lata Bij. When Lord Chaitanya was asked this exact question in Chaitanya Charitamrita, I forgot who asked him. I don't want to speculate, but he was asked exactly this question. How? He quoted this exact verse, Brahman Bhamite Kono. Maybe somebody can pull it out from Chaitanya Charitamrita. I really hope we can like look at these verses and thus create our answers foremost, and then of course supported by Anuman Praman and Pratyaksha Praman and everything which is all together from. If I have said something wrong, please correct me.
No, good, good.
Okay, thank you. You want
So
to?
actually, and just to back that up, me being a person that doesn't read and doesn't know much knowledge, I really, really appreciate devotees like yourself doing what you're doing, which is when somebody says something, you say, okay, where is that? And then we get clarified as to, oh, somebody said, and then we find out Prabhupada never said it actually. And you're directing us to make the scriptures and the books the main. So you kind of clarifying and we're getting filtered of what is really coming from Prabhupada and what may come from somewhere else. But for someone like me, I appreciate
Pradyumna, does he have read from Bhagavad Gita? Eh? There are the four who came to Krishna.
Yeah,
The inquisitive, then the sufferer, and one is the Jnani.
Yeah.
So with Jnani we come also by Jnani. So we come also, this is like the Kumaras. The Kumaras, they come from impersonalists, and then they come directly between impersonal and first step by devotional service, Shantaras. That means this is between Jnani and this. And then later on, pure devotee, also pure bhakti comes. So that's also, we can also say like this, that in the beginning, we get the seed by Srila Prabhupada or by some preacher, but he gave him books, and then Prabhupada, he started, but not everyone have immediately a pure bhakti. Otherwise, he started with rules and regulation. So he know that's good, this is Gyan, but Prabhupada give me knowledge, and he have not immediately love or something, but then it grows more and more because Prabhupada have the love, and if you follow always and purify himself, and then the seed can grow by Shravanam Kirtanam. So we can also say it in Prabhupada as well, no problem, in the book. And so that we have now we have how many, because now it's very interesting that our books or nothing, the knowledge is not dogmatic. Because we have so many options. Someone by Duskriti, some can come by great progress in last life, or and even someone who have nothing, we have now found out, by the chance of a pure devotee, he get this fate by his word, even if he have not before. Huh? So that we have 3 points now, huh? 3 options. Is this right, or how many? I forget.
From Krishna, Guru Krishna Prasade Pai Bhakti Lata Bij, directly from Krishna, from
Even this,
from Guru directly, or from sadhus, other devotees, which Srila Prabhupada actually explains in what you are reading in 24th verse. He explains that. Maybe we can carry on and then we'll come to that.
Even in Bhagavad Gita, I don't know where it is described that even if someone is so dull that he cannot understand the spiritual master, then even he can directly get in contact by Krishna even. So even this option is there, some small door. So even this is not dogmatic. So nothing, it is very living teaching. It's not dogmatic like in the church, only this and nothing more. And there's so many nice options. But standard is, of course, pure devotee, Guru. But even is exception even without Guru, directly by Krishna, even we have even this option.
You want to continue with the 21st verse?
Yeah, moment.
Maybe I can bring up the verse.
So yeah. This is 20 what?
21.
Yeah. Itikshava karunika surida sarvadehinam ajata satrava shanta sadava sadhu bhushana. Itikshavaha, tolerant, karunikaha, merciful, suridaha, friendly, sarvadehinam, to all living entities, ajata Satravaha, inimical to none. Shantaha, peaceful. Sadavaha, abiding by scriptures. Sadhu Bhushanaha, adorned with sublime characteristics. Translation: the symptoms of a sadhu are that he is tolerant, merciful, and friendly to all living entities. He has no enemies, he is peaceful, he abides by the scriptures, and all his characteristics are sublime. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The sadhu, as described above, is a devotee of the Lord. His concern, therefore, is to enlighten people in devotional service to the Lord. That is his mercy. He knows that without devotional service to the Lord, human life is spoiled. The devotee travels all over the country, from door to door, preaching, be Krishna conscious, be a devotee of Lord Krishna. Don't spoil your life in simply fulfilling your animal propensities. Human life is meant for self-realization or Krishna consciousness. These are the preachings of a sadhu. He is not satisfied with his own liberation. He always thinks about others. He is the most compassionate personality towards all the fallen souls. One of his qualifications, therefore, is Karunika, great mercy to the fallen souls. While engaged in preaching work, he has to meet with so many opposing elements, and therefore the sadhu or devotee of the Lord has to be very tolerant. Someone may ill-treat him because the conditioned souls are not prepared to receive the transcendental knowledge of devotional service. They do not like it. That is their disease. The sadhu has the thankless task of impressing upon them the importance of devotional service. Sometimes devotees are personally attacked with violence. Lord Jesus Christ was crucified, Haridas Thakur was canned in 22 marketplaces, and Lord Chaitanya's principal assistant, Nityananda, was violently attacked by Jaga and Madhava. But still, they were tolerant because their mission was to deliver the fallen souls. One of the qualifications of a sadhu is that he is very tolerant and is merciful to all fallen souls. He is merciful because he is a well-wisher of all living entities. He is not only a well-wisher of human society, but a well-wisher of animal society as well. It is said here, Sarva Dehinam, which indicates all living entities who have accepted material bodies. Not only does the human being have a material body, but other living entities, such as cats and dogs, also have material bodies. The devotee of the Lord is merciful to everyone, the cats, dogs, trees, etc. He treats all living entities in such a way that they can ultimately get salvation from this material entanglement. Shivananda Sena, one of the disciples of Lord Chaitanya, gave liberation to a dog by treating the dog transcendently. There are many instances where a dog got salvation by association with the sadhu, because the sadhu engaged in the highest philanthropic activities for the benediction of all living entities. Yet also a sadhu is not inimical towards anyone. The world is so ungrateful that even a sadhu has many enemies. What is the difference between an enemy and a friend? It is a difference in behavior. A sadhu behaves with all conditioned souls for their ultimate relief from material entanglement. Therefore, no one can be more friendly than a sadhu in relieving a conditioned soul. A sadhu is calm and he quietly and peacefully follows the principles of scripture. A sadhu means one who follows the principles of scripture and at the same time is a devotee of the Lord. One who actually follows the principles of Scripture must be a devotee of God, because all the Shastras instruct us to obey the orders of the personality of God. Sadhu therefore means a follower of the scriptural injunctions and a devotee of the Lord. All these characteristics are prominent in a devotee. A devotee develops all the good qualities of the demigods, whereas a non-devotee, even though academically qualified, has no actually good qualifications or good characteristics according to the standard of transcendental realization. Again, the words. The symptoms of a sadhu are that he is tolerant, merciful, and friendly to all living entities. He has no enemies, he is peaceful, he abides by the scriptures, and all his characteristics are sublime. So here we can also, same moment I take my also, and here we can also say that such a sadhu, like Srila Prabhupada, or even if someone start to preach, he is at first, let's say, a beginner, because Uttamadhikari, he come on the platform of Madhyamadhikari for preaching, but he is still Uttamadhikari. And then someone can come from down, from Kanishtadhikari, and then he's not so tolerant or so merciful, because normally he get the Pancharatrika initiation, and his heart is not transformed now by Bhagavad Gita fully. So then he always is interested in deity worship and not in preaching to others. And if he come to the next platform, little bit on sniffing or smelling the Madhyamadhikari platform, immediately he gets some bliss and some good feeling by Bhagavad Gita, by reading Krishna Katha of a real sadhu like Srila Prabhupada. And he become infected by the symptoms of Srila Prabhupada or by the pure devotee. And if he gets some bliss and transform by Diksha his heart, he can transform from Prakrita Bhakta to a transcendental Bhakta, Madhyamadhikari, and then immediately he feel like a inner force he must preach, because he gets so happiness from the books that he want to give it to others then, naturally, and then he becomes also preacher infected by a pure devotee. So and then we can have many platforms. Prabhupada, he was on highest platform. Then he see everyone like his child. So even the greatest asuras wanted to kill him even. So he was merciful, like Jesus Christ. So maybe a beginner of Madhyamadhikari, he's maybe not like this, but also some symptoms. He have also Madhyamadhikaris. He is also very merciful to everyone, but he should discriminate. So he should actually not. He should take friendship with on same level, to bring up the innocent to his same level, and don't make friendship or don't preach to the envious, to the asuras. So that's a little different, but also he's very merciful. His radius of tolerance and merciful is a little bit in some borders. But for Srila Prabhupada, so there's no border. So he can preach to his own killers, murderers. Wow, so crazy. that even cannot be understood sometimes. Yeah, this is the also some what is difference between a Uttamadhikari who comes on Madhyamadhikari platform and some Madhyamadhikari who came now from Kanishta Adhikari one step, and then he become a preacher. So he's also tolerant and can give something. So when he speak Shabda Brahman, then also if he follow exactly what his Diksha Guru said, then his words become also nice Shabda Brahman from some transcendental platform, and then some new devotee who is preaching to him, and he can also immediately start with get some nice feeling, because Prabhupada is living in such a preacher, and he get from Prabhupada some self-realization or Vigyan, and then if he speak Shabda Brahman, some words even, on the street or somewhere, and then his words have some power, because this is a special realized words, and then he become very fast interested to read the books. And if some standard Kanishta Adhikari is on the street because he must go by force, okay, go on the street, distribute the books. Maybe he's not full in feeling to get it, then he's always looking, oh, okay, because we have here the minimum 6 hours in the temple. Should be 6 hours on the street, and they would be say, oh, 6 hours is finished. I have fire. My job is done. I want to go back. So, and for Prabhupada or some for fully Uttamadhikari who comes on the platform of Maria, he can preach around the clock. There's no border and no mercy. He is such a merciful person. If we get his mercy in form of following his rules and regulation or his instruction and reading his books, then our Bhakti Lata Bija can grow and grow. And so more we grow, or the Bhakti Lata Bija grows, then we become more and more merciful and tolerant and friendly to all living entities, and then we become more and more also good preacher. So because we have a good guru, like pure devotee, so then we can even sometimes also one devotee, I was really doing also good only for him and training him everything, and then in the end he burned my car, so that even the old temple could be burned up by fire. So because in the end he say, I give up all my, he become, then in the end after some years, he was coming in Maya because he have done so much heavy tapasya, but not by me, by my instruction in the temple, because he have read that full pure devotee like the Goswamis, they eat only after some days some buttermilk, 1 glass. They sleep only 2 hours, and then he was thinking that I give him not the real instruction, so that I'm envious on him. He told me like this. After some years, this was his conclusion. And then he wanted to follow this, and he have not eat some days even, and not sleep even, until he was fall down on the street, on the spot. Around the clock, no sleeping. And I forced him, you must sleep. But he was not more hearing, and then in the end he get little crazy. And then he tell me, oh, I give all the years so much money, and now I want some money back. I want to have a car. After he was not more in the temple. And then he become angry, and then he was thinking that I abused him. This is the thinking later. And then because I take his money for this Sankirtan movement, and he lose all his time, he could get some job in this time, and in the end he was completely different. And then he burned my car, and I was thinking, and then the parents was cursing me. You give him this Krishna consciousness. Why you should not these books are very dangerous books. If someone is so sentimental like my son, he read these books and then he don't eat and then he don't sleep. Why you should not distribute the books? I said, oh my God, I never hear like this. This was a very special example. Sometimes I was thinking maybe I give it up and close the temple and go do only for me my devotional service. Not only one time I was in this situation, but then I was reading from Prabhupada. That's actually standard. Not only one time we should have such experience. And then even Narada Muni is always cursed by all the parents of all the, and then I say, okay, I go forward, but I must do it better. Next time, if someone were to do so heavy, especially not sleeping so long, and I would force him immediately. I was not so then, but you see that we want to help some others, and then they burn our cars, crucify somebody, and whatever.
So, do this sadhu, when in this verse, does it then apply to only the pure devotee or to the devotees? Like when we say devotees, all of us devotees.
Yeah, but the sadhu at first should be the Uttamadhikari, who come on the Madhyam Adhikari platform, because only from him we can get the prema. So that's the most important. And if we go and if we always hear from him, then we can also after some time come from Kanishta Adhikari also to Madhyam platform. But we are not same Madhyam Adhikari like the Diksha Guru. He is a Uttamadhikari who came one step down only to the Madhyamadhikari platform, but still he is Uttamadhikari with full prema and everything, and only he can give special, he can destroy and take our sins completely. And
These
but
new devotees, when they are going out distributing books, they 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 also get so much anger and hey, get away from here, don't come here.
yeah, always we are. Oh my God, there was some. Oh, we all actually. Oh my God.
He
Yeah,
saw
yeah.
one devotee in the temple who was going out, and then he, through his influence, another devotee came. Like somebody became a devotee. So that devotee who influenced another soul to become a devotee, isn't he all sadhu too?
For me, yes. Everyone who is doing such a service for Srila Prabhupada and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is immediately a sadhu, in my understanding.
All the ISKCON devotees, so many people they are preaching, no?
They are also, let's say, this is a very difficult thing because if we, this I'm always disturbed because of this, because if we go deeply in Shastra by Prabhupada in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Prabhupada say, after my Guru Maharaj left the world, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj, then they split in two fractions or two parties. One Bak Bazar party and one, what is the name? One who, I forget the name now. One of Prabhupada's godbrothers. Tell me some names.
It's okay. Kunja Vihari. And
Yeah, but other. Yeah, whatever. But they split in two fractions. And then Prabhupada say, whatever they are doing is useless. All the devotional service is not devotional service after not following the instruction of the real, because only the instruction of an original guru, by following, we going on the path of transcendental path. If immediately we don't follow the instruction, then we become useless. So even if you chant 64 rounds and you're preaching and whatever you're doing, this is always disturbing because I sometimes, but at the same time, if we see the ISKCON devotee, we should not treat them badly or something. Yeah? But it is, if they don't follow, okay, then we can say, but they follow 16 rounds, it is Prabhupada's instruction. They distribute books, they make Mangala Arati, it's same, but
I mean,
there are
this purport is talking about uh, one who is serving the Lord, then all the good qualities are developing in him. And if we see anybody developing these good qualities, then he can be thought of as sadhu. In this, according to this verse.
Actually, yes, but the question is, sometimes we should take many verses in same time. Sometimes we have opposite meaning in different verses, and therefore must be revealed the knowledge by many verses in same time. So otherwise we are very jnani, so only take one, and maybe there are multidimensional meanings sometimes, and only to take one, it can be some, but normally, yes, but look, if even some asura come and infiltrate some organization, he's playing so nice qualification. And we can read in the Puranas, and they coming, even like they take birth in Brahmana and Kshatriya families. And they are externally playing so nicely, persons, but internally, they are Kali Chelas also. So that would be difficult to take all the verses together, and that would be discussion for many hours, I say, or many days.
Pradyumna Prabhu, you had something to say, no?
Yeah, Hare Krishna. Bro. Yeah, but this same question I was also asking that, na, that anytime that sadhu word is used or pure duty. So, just like we have heard many times that what we read we should apply on us. So, how to see that it is mentioned that sadhu is like this? So, should we see that it is for Srila Prabhupada or see that we have to follow that? And in Bhagavad Gita that mentioned Krishna that api ches suduracharo bhaste mam ananyavad, many things. And I heard some Chaitanya Charitamrita that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or Rupa Goswami given that I know that one time if any person for others how we see that anybody even at one time he has chanted the name of Krishna, he is a devotee, and for ourselves we should see that that we are following that but Gyan Karma Navrata, something like that. So how to see that it is for Srila Prabhupada? Who is the sadhu actually? That is the question I want to ask.
Yeah, but even if we take Prabhupada's example directly, so he say to his disciples that you should respect my God brothers, but don't take direct association with them. So that is the best example. We should also maybe so respect them, but not to mix with them actually. Otherwise, we don't know how to handle this problem. But Prabhupada say like this always. He never say go to my God brothers and have association with them directly. Actually, he say always they have not followed the instruction of my Guru Maharaj. Now we can say in ISKCON, devotees, they don't follow Prabhupada's instruction, same like Prabhupada say with Bhaktisiddhanta. So then we can immediately copy this, and from it is right. We should not have direct, so deeper association with devotees who are not following Srila Prabhupada actually. So therefore, we are under ourselves. We have the why Raghav Pandit Prabhu or Madhu Pandit Prabhu or Nimai Nitya Prabhu or Nimai Pandit Prabhu, why you all don't go directly to ISKCON and join there? Why we have separated some farms or some temples? Actually, we are following this. We don't want to follow directly with them, because even in the Krishna book it is said that by Krishna was in the Ashwamedha, what was the Yakya in the end of the Kurukshetra? The name. The big Yakya who that Yudhishthira should be the king.
The Ashwamedha Yagya.
And the name was other name. The big so that Yudhishthira is the ruler and every king should accept this.
I thought that was Ashwamedha, no?
No. This is the horse. Yeah.
That is
Horse
Ashwamedha.
sacrifice, same thing.
But that's okay. This was the big big assemble of all the kings, so that everyone should accept Shri Krishna as the personality of Godhead and Yudhishthir as the king of the world. And then Shishupal, he was the one who was never accepted that Krishna is a special person, is God. He was so envious, always bad-mouthing about Krishna. And then Prabhupada is explaining, because the other assembly devotees, like the kings, they wanted immediately to kill. They wanted to kill Shishupal immediately, but Krishna stopped them, and then they was covering their ears, and they wanted even to go away, and Krishna don't wanted that they go away because of the offense against Krishna. Then Krishna took his disc, Sudarshan Chakra, and immediately kill him, so that he get impersonal liberation. And then Prabhupada say that if there is some place where a pure devotee or Krishna is, what is the name? Blasphemed, we should immediately left this room, and every place in ISKCON, we know if there's even in a temple, normally, if you go, actually, they don't accept Srila Prabhupada as Diksha Guru. This is a great offense, that they steal Prabhupada's disciples, they steal Prabhupada's property, everything, and cheat them all, and we are going there and have respect to them and take maybe some lecture from these gurus. I don't know. This would be not I would never do it, finish. Even if you all would say it's okay, this point I would say I would never do it. In my understanding, because I can never give up, my understanding from all these points, but I would be in fear to get some involved in the blasphemy of the spiritual master, even by changing his books, changing his Ritvik system in some pedophile system and everything. And then I go only actually in Mayapur or in Vrindavan to the temple, one time in a year. I would never go in Germany in some ISKCON temple more. One time I sleep there but I don't know. It's, for me, in my understanding, it is critical. So we don't know exactly how to handle this problem. But if we take this Yakya and the example of Shishupal and the story, the Lila, Prabhupada say, to be only in a room with blasphemers it's very, and in every ISKCON temple they blaspheme Prabhupada, because if they don't accept him as Diksha Guru, it is not blasphemed. So therefore the question.
So this about the two types of, whether it is only for pure devotee or also for us. There are two verses in the Guru Tattva, in the same first chapter of the Adi Leela. I put them here in the chat.
Okay.
So in 164, it is right after the Guru Tattva verses, but it is about the pure devotees. It says, such pure devotees are of two types: personal associates, who are parishats, and neophyte devotees or sadhakas. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada is saying perfect servitors of the Lord are considered his personal associates, whereas devotees endeavoring to attain perfection are called neophytes. And that is, it translates later on, if we see other places in Nectar of Devotion, translates as this translates to Nectar of Devotion, the first 3, 4, 5 regulative principles, just to accept the shelter of a bona fide spiritual master and so on and so forth. Balaram Prabhu, you had something, right?
Yeah, the topic that we're touching upon right now is actually, for me, very vital and very important and critical, as Mathurapati is also saying, is this to judge devotees and be merciful and be representative of the bona fide spiritual master Srila Prabhupada and his line parampara. So in order to do that nicely, and this is why I'm really interested in this topic, is actually to know the science of Guru Tattva. For me, Guru Tattva, this topic means to understand the character of Prabhupada more deeply, and the symptoms that he has. When I understand that in completeness, I can much better represent Prabhupada in his mood, in his way, because that's the right way. So now this is a really interesting topic, because we'll see how Srila Prabhupada quite a few times, and in one time said to his disciple, there is no limit to the mercy, because this is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's line. And then we have, us taking a certain position on how we deal with his disciples and other devotees, as Nimai Pandit very nicely brought up. And we should bring up such questions, and we should challenge ourselves in our thinking and our mood or whatever, because our system is the science of bhakti, the science of Guru. So it's not, well, I feel like this, I feel like that. Okay, what are the symptoms and what is the science? So if we see devotees in Islam, I'm in Vrindavan right now. Every day I'm going to the temple. I see so many people encouraged, inspired, so many people chanting, so many people blissfully jumping around, blah, blah, blah. So many devotees going on book distribution, blah, 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 blah. So to kind of think that, a few devotees hijacked Prabhupada's movement, or a few devotees took it upon themselves with their material desire to change Prabhupada's book. So this, whatever they did, and to then judge the whole movement and all the devotees like that is a big mistake, I think, obviously. And then even those people, even those devotees and disciples of Prabhupada who made these changes or took the Guru position or blah, 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 still, I haven't come across anyone who give me solid, clear information. This is how I know Prabhupada. This is how Prabhupada would deal with them. Even though Prabhupada may write things in the book very clearly, maybe harshly, but still, the way Prabhupada will actually deal with those devotees in that time, in that circumstance, face to face, could be very different. So if we don't understand, let's say, Prabhupada nicely, fully, and then we take on a kind of resentful fighting mood, or putting down or criticizing mood as we have been doing, then about this verse about mercy and being merciful and having no limit to the mercy, and then blaspheming other devotees, where does that put us? For me, this is a big topic that I'm trying to understand in the science of Guru Tattva, because it's relevant, very relevant to us, because we want to represent Srila Prabhupada and indeed the pure devotees correctly, fully. So how we deal with Prabhupada's movement and Prabhupada's disciples, all ISKCON people, as far as we are concerned, we are focused even more on this, is that according to our own understanding, all those devotees in ISKCON are Prabhupada's disciples. So now how are we dealing with that? How should we deal with
Not
it?
disciples. We already went through that, no? Nectar of Prabhupada explains that in Nectar of Devotion. See, how I would look at it is, and I'll say where I have a gray area. But the clarity is from the scripture that first of all we try to understand what is the principle, and then we also see the qualities directly, Pratyaksha Praman also. First we have to see the Shabda Praman, where Srila Prabhupada explains Nectar of Devotion. The first thing is one has to accept a bona fide spiritual master. Shelter. One has to accept the shelter. And the shelter is to accept him as good as God. And don't doubt him at all. Anything, any single thing. That is actually accepting the shelter. And we see early devotees, they were doing that. Simply, just like that, they did that. As by serving him, he is there personally, just so loving, lovable, and so much sukriti they are getting, so much faith they have. Immediately, everything accepting just as God is telling. So no doubt, nothing. So that's the way a disciple would do. Whether one has bad habits, nothing, that doesn't matter at all. because all will in time that will be cleared off. Now, as far as one starts following, like what Mathurapati Prabhu is saying, then gradually the qualities should come out, no? So it does not matter externally, or somebody saying, who is your guru? I am this guru. Qualities cannot come out unless one is actually following. One could, like Prabhu was saying, one could fake it too for some time. One may have been born in a with Brahminical qualities, so people who don't fully understand, then they think, oh my God, he's getting up every day morning, he's chanting, and he's so nice to speak to. They're all Brahminical qualities. So that doesn't make one of a disciple of Srila Prabhupada. A disciple doesn't mean what we are talking about, the real initiation, the Bhagavata Vidhi, is that one is actually surrendering to the hearing process. Getting attached to the pure devotee and surrendering to the hearing process. So it doesn't matter whether it's in devotee, Ritvik, this thing, that name, that nothing. No label matters except real interaction and real servitude of hearing and accepting it with full faith and really trying to clean up from the heart. And it should manifest in the devotional qualities. And Srila Prabhupada gave a very nice example of how to judge a devotional qualities. He explained in one conversation, he's explaining how there was, like he was talking about that one is a distress when there is a problem, then those qualities come out. And he gave the example of there was one Akbar and this Birbal or some story like that, that one Pandit came to the court and he told the king that if you can figure out what is my mother tongue, then I would be defeated. Otherwise, king, you give me half of the kingdom or something. Some challenge he put. So everybody tried to argue with him in different languages. Nobody could figure out. Then this Birbal, he told him, why don't you sleep tonight, be our guest, tomorrow we will talk further. He had a plan in mind. So he slept after nice eating, everything, he slept. He was polyglot. He could speak like so many languages with the right accent, so nobody could figure out what is the mother tongue. So, so when he was sleeping, then he told one servant, this minister, that go and pour cold water over him in the night. Throw cold water over him. So the guy went and threw cold water. Suddenly woke up and started shouting bad words in his mother tongue. So then the next day, in the daytime, he told, this is your mother tongue. Oh, how did you know? Because that when in times of distress, no, the qualities come out. And so many ways, I mean, that time-wise and distress in so many ways, like as one is progressing in devotional service, devotees start learning, no, what in ourselves, what bad qualities are there and what is good quality ourselves. As we are developing, we can recognize other devotees also. It's not like 100%, but to judge to to large extent. We cannot understand higher than us so much, only little bit from the scriptures, but because of lack of realization, we will be prone to commit mistakes. But to our level, we should be able to understand. No? So if devotees are improving, then they can see where at least one another person is. Much more clarity in understanding the qualities. One time I did a research on, because every time I used to hear this phalena parichiyate, phalena prachiyate, that one should judge um, judge the success by its result. So what is that result Srila Prabhupada is talking about? Is it lot of number of devotees, lot of temple, money? Is this the success of devotion service? I researched this. 10 times, Prabhupada says that 10 times I looked. One time he said about making devotees or having many temples or something like this, quantity wise. Nine out of 10 times he says devotional qualities. And which is in this verse also, Prabhu was reading, says about devotional qualities.
Yeah, but one of the devotional qualities that you are not, if your guru should not be blasphemed, and if someone say that Prabhupada is dead or he don't take him as guru, or say like this is some little infected someone. But Prabhupada was having, even with his god brothers, some association. But we are not Uttamadhikari, so we should more follow Prabhupada's advice, instruction, not so deeply intermingle or mixing with devotees who are taking whatever, I don't know all the names, Radhanath Swami, all the names of ISKCON gurus. So we should respect them. They do nice devotional service or some, but we should also understand why they took Putana or bogus guru. So they want to be cheated, and maybe it looks like they have nice qualification. But I find out sometimes there was one of my friend, even more than 10 years, he was friend in ISKCON. And always, and then in the end, he was giving Bhakta class, Bhakta training. And I brought always some new people from the street or some for the training. And he was the leader for the Bhakta training. And then there was some tests, some questions about Diksha. He trained them, and then all on the papers what he give to the new bhaktas to train them was only Diksha means formal initiation. That this was the main thing. And I read this because I was always also joining the bhakta program, maybe 5 or 10 times always, because always I bring some new devotees, and I also was playing some friends of them and was always together joining the Bhakta course even after 10 years. And then I wanted to correct it. And then I was printing from Prabhupada's books about the Diksha Bhagavad Vidhi, that the transformation and giving the Divya Gyan and all this. And then he saw it. Normally, you can say he has so nice devotional qualities, actually. But then in this second, I was only giving what is in the book, not even one word of my own writing or my speculation, nothing. Only I copy from Caitanya Caritamrita and I give it to the new bhaktas. And then he find out that I have distributed this paper about Diksha outside formal initiation. Immediately he took it and destroyed the papers and was very heavy to me, very angry. Even the temple president came and the Bhakta leader, and why are you distributing Ritvik papers? And what? Believe me, there was only directly copy of Prabhupada's books, nothing, not even one worse. And then I find out, my God, this is not real good association. More and more, I was thinking, what to think? They're my friends. Actually, very nice qualifications, always tolerant, merciful. But at the same time, if it comes to some point, fully against Prabhupada, even sometimes, spontaneously comes out something. And I was thinking, there's something not good. And to have such an association is absolutely not good. So that's the point.
What you mentioned earlier, that somebody who is in the assembly and he does not protest against blasphemy or criticism and like that. That is the point. I
Yeah.
mean, how can one be a advancing devotee having love for Srila Prabhupada if one hears these things which minimizes the position of him as equal to God
Yes, yes.
and continue to stay in that association?
Yes, that's the point. I become so angry then. That's the point. That's not okay. Finish.
I mean, what happens is if one doesn't know, then one absorbs that quality. It comes.
Yes, this is the point. Therefore, it is always
One-
it's very difficult topic, therefore.
Either one has to one has to defeat it by logic, or convert them, or go away, or kill them.
Yes,
If one is a Kshatriya,
this is the point.
Okay, I'll give you an example, real life example. I joined in Maipo in 1995. I got so-called initiated by someone else in 97. And in 98, understood that Srila Prabhupada is my Diksha Guru, actually. And it was like that from the beginning. It was just some misconception, shadow placed over the correct understanding. But never in that time of 3 years of being in ISKCON without understanding that Prabhupada is my Diksha Guru, did I ever feel I am blaspheming Prabhupada, I'm doing something bad for Prabhupada. In fact, I felt the complete opposite. So blissful in Prabhupada consciousness. I'm serving Prabhupada, I'm doing his mission, Jai Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada. And that was the whole atmosphere around me also. So, you know, we're talking like we're saying, oh, everybody in ISKCON is consciously knowing that they're defaming Prabhupada, blaspheming Prabhupada, or put it. That's not the case at all. Actually,
But they are doing, but they are doing.
No. You see, I don't know. There may be some people who are doing it fully consciously with a plan and a motive and a whole big plan. And most of the people, I would say, as far as I've seen in my experience around temples, is that they're kind of innocent, unknowing sheep just following the line of management, thinking that this is what Prabhupada wants.
Yeah, that's true. But same effort.
So if we are able to somehow be there and make friends with them and give them a chance to hear and see and feel something else, the different view on that, or the right perspective on who Prabhupada is as their guru, as their Diksha Guru, blah, blah, blah. Actually, we're giving them a chance, and we're doing this, what we just talked about in this, about being merciful. But if we say, don't associate with them, don't be with them, then they have no chance.
See, Balaram Prabhu, we have to go by what the first scriptures say, because what happens is that when you are correct, very correct, because you are doing pratyaksha praman, which is one form of evidence, and we have Bhagavad Gita 9.2 Krishna says that we have to do pratyaksha praman, but our primary praman is by the hearing process, not by pratyaksh, because our senses are imperfect and so on and so forth. Now, so what happens is...
Okay, so show me one place where Prabhupada directly states, don't associate with the devotees in ISKCON. One, just one.
I mean, he has given
the same... Prabhupada said, don't associate with my God brothers. The same example.
No, not the same. This is his movement. This is his ISKCON. It's not the same. Very different.
But the Gaudiya Math was the same example, because Gaudiya
Maybe it is same and different.
Gaudiya Math was not more following Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, and therefore both parties becomes useless. And
no, they didn't have a GBC. They didn't have a GBC. They were not worshipping like that. How Srila Prabhupada's I mean, so that's why it is same in many ways, because chanting 64 rounds, so many things, the Harinam, Diksha first, and all these things, temple worship, which was in there earlier. So many things are there. They think of Bhaktivedanta Saraswati as their Prabhupada.
But I can give you one example for Balaram. Actually, I was knowing it later on. I was in ISKCON. And I still stay there. And only after more than 10 years, I decided not more to be there, and immediately expose myself completely, because I was preaching inside the temple to the new bhaktas so heavy that they should never accept such a guru there. And some of them, even now in the congregation, Dina Gauranga Prabhu, I was bringing him out of the temple, not only one, even 2 or 3 devotees, I was kidnapping from ISKCON, and now they are so proper renewals, Ritwik initiated even. So it's also an example, like Balaram said, I have done like this. I was inside and bring them out. But later on, I decided, because I was reading more and more, and then I was understanding maybe if I so long there, now I have, if I was going out and reading only Prabhupada's books and have only contact with some Prabhupada ruler, my faith in Prabhupada is more and more now, really. Before in ISKCON, sometimes even I was disturbed and was thinking, maybe they are really right, and Prabhupada is not a Diksha Guru. This was every year, maybe some came up in my mind, because I was alone against hundreds of devotees of ISKCON, and everyone showing me why Prabhupada is not Diksha Guru, and always I bring up my quotes, but sometimes I was thinking, maybe they are so long in ISKCON, some of them 30 years, and then always Prithu Prabhu was speaking to me because the temple brother told him, preach to him, he become a Ritvik, my God, our Sapshi, my nickname was Sapshi. Yeah. And then Prithu Prabhu came to me, all the Prabhupada disciples, and they very nicely and very nicely explain why Ritvik is nonsense, and Prabhupada cannot give a Diksha now to us. And sometimes I was going at home later because I was not giving up my flat. And then I was at home and I was crying. I was thinking, maybe I'm stupid, I'm the offender. And then maybe they are really right, whatever I know. And therefore, I don't want it to be there later on, because always be between the two worlds. And now I'm fully, more and more even, never have some doubts.
So Balram Prabhu, though, do
That's
you
the problem.
tell people that you accept Srila Prabhupada as the spiritual master and he's your devotee, or you say
Say that again?
do you say when people say to you, who is your guru, do you say who perform your ceremony, or do you say Srila Prabhupada?
I say Srila Prabhupada, but let's say, I mean, I'm fully saying who I am now. People, I think, already know who I am, what I am. That's, I don't know why you're asking that. That's not the
Because what
topic.
happens is that's where, see, no, the point, what happens is that when you start to stand and make a stand, no, that I accept that Srila Prabhupada can initiate, and I'm hearing from him, he's my guru, then the opposition starts coming, and
Yeah,
then
but yeah,
what you
I
are saying
mean,
was that
I would have been an opposite. I would have been opposite maybe if because see, the management or the higher level people, they're, let's say, breastfeeding all these babies, and all these babies are getting conditioned by that mode of thinking. Ritvik is the worst philosophy, more dangerous than Mayavadi, blah blah blah. So then, and there's a whole history of the Ritvik devotees really being heavy and nasty and throwing mud all over the internet. And, so when you attack somebody's father and they're kind of neophyte devotees and not mature, they chose that guru for whatever reason. When you attack,
so
the first reaction from,
yeah, I understand. So from that point of view, this is all on external plate from both the sides. But from internally, the unless that nectar of devotion, the first acceptance of the guru is there, no?
but they're
Even
accepting,
see that's not the
accepting, of course.
how to accept is given there. You see,
Of
shelter.
course they're accepting.
Prabhu, we saw no just last week from nectar of devotion, how to accept the shelter of our spiritual master. How is those three things? No? One is accepting him as good as God.
Nobody accepts Prabhupada as good as God.
Nobody.
No.
I mean, a lot of people don't know. I mean, you're talking. I'm telling you, no, my personal experience, so many people that don't accept Prabhupada as good as God. So many doubts.
I mean, everyone in the Ritvik, if we're gonna say, okay,
Ritwik is much better, much better in that sense because they have that faith to a large extent.
Prabhuji, trust me, I've seen a lot of Ritvik devotees,
Fine.
and I associate with a lot of ISKCON devotees.
The faith in that he is as good as God, whatever he's doing.
I should be standing here seeing very clearly that the Ritvik devotees are sort of 10 times better in the symptoms that they're manifesting in God consciousness, 10 times better than the ISKCON devotees. I don't see it.
No, I'm not talking of the devote. No, you're taking it completely different. I'm talking about that
sorry.
one symptom of accepting the shelter of the
Yeah,
spiritual.
but okay. But if we're talking about the
We'll come to that.
science.
We will come to that. No, we'll come to
If we see somebody who
there's some
accepts
other thing
that,
which is not
they will
following.
manifest symptoms.
Oh,
This is the
we'll come-
science of a topic.
We are not talking about the whole process right now.
No, I'm not talking about the whole process either.
Symptom have to come once the whole process is followed. No, what they are, the Ritvik devotees, more or less, they are following the accepting shelter, the first principle. What they are not able to follow, they are not following is the society of devotees. It's not there. Association is not there. That's the biggest issue among the Ritvik devotees. So the symptoms are not manifesting among them too.
Okay. So again,
Yeah.
please.
So
I'm not
I'm
arguing with
talking
you. I'm not
about-
fighting with you.
I'm
It's
just
just
talking
the
about
science.
Fighting.
first symptom we are talking about starting. Starting is the accepting the shelter of the bona fide spiritual master. There are three ways to take. I mean, you have to do three things. Rupa Goswami writing, Srila Prabhupada is writing that. It's clear, no? You remember, or should I pull this up again?
No, I remember.
Yeah. So the first is accept Srila Prabhupada, the spiritual master, as good as God. Second is
Babaji, tell
yeah.
me, when does a devotee generally really accept a guru, be it Prabhupada or anyone else, as good as God? That's pretty high and that's pretty mature realization, understanding to accept him as good as God and deal with him as good as God. That's years later, I would say,
So
right?
So that's what we are talking about. No, then that
No,
is
no.
talking about
So then
real
what?
initiation, spiritual initiation doesn't start until you do that. I mean, science is science, no?
Okay, fine. Okay, so what initiation is taking place before that?
Because that is just the start. Srila
No,
Prabhupada,
I'm asking which initiation, what initiation is taking place
the
before
first
that?
initiation, the first initiation you're talking about, the chanting of
I'm not. No, I'm not. You said that real initiation comes when you accept and I think realize the spiritual master, like Prabhupada, is as good as God, right?
Yeah, no doubt.
Okay. So then, all of us, everybody,
That's
ISKCON and non-ISKCON.
shelter. That's taking shelter. Initiation is after that. The
Okay.
second step.
So we all experience that once we take shelter of Prabhupada in his book form, and then maybe do Guru Puja or whatever, we start to see and feel and experience change, transformation in us. More attraction to Krishna, a decrease of attraction to material life, right? The realization that Prabhupada is as good as God and I should worship him as God as God, yet different, yet the same, as far as I see, comes to people much later. It's a mature level. But still, even before that, they're
Why is it?
experiencing.
So, Prabhu, that's my problem. That's exactly my point. See, if we, Prabhu, this point is the greatest tragedy, no?
Tragedy.
That is exactly
What was the word?
tragedy. The greatest calamity,
Disaster.
disaster of Krishna consciousness movement, that why, as soon as you reach Srila Prabhupada, like almost immediately you develop full faith. It after
Yes.
it, because of the afterwards, any association, it goes down because of the bad association.
Yeah.
The problem in
Yeah,
ISKCON.
really. And even look, we can take the example of Balaram Prabhu in Turkey in his I think first temple. Huh? There was this nice devotee, I forget, from Turkey, and later I met him even on the farm of Shivaram Swami. I was going there for Janmashtami preaching, infiltrating a little bit. And I was preaching inside. And then I meet him. Look, he was very nice if he was together with Balaram Prabhu. And then some other, he was going to this bar or this Govinda's restaurant or something, I don't know, no? And then he gets some other association, and then he was against Balaram. Now they even bad-mouthing him, and they say it's not true, Prabhupada cannot be the Dikshu. You see, that is the bad association with ISKCON devotees. So that means we should always, I have also lost not only one time, one devotee, I have preached to him 3 years. Really, blood, and I was giving my heart so heavy. This was the first devotee. First, I was...
The symptom, no? Initial devotees.
Yeah, and then later he became, he rejected Srila Prabhupada after 2 years, after visiting Switzerland temple there. And then he came back and he said, I'm the greatest guru offender, because I said, oh, I was shocked. My heart was broken. I was crying a little bit if I was alone. All the work, 3 years, nothing. And now he's in ISKCON state because of this association. So I take it, this is also my experience finish. I cannot hide this.
The 22nd Avenue devotees joined, no? They understood Srila Prabhupada, they're as good as God. It's not a big deal. When you are saying it is a big deal because that's exactly the point, Prabhu. That is the bad association which is making it. Christoph, Prabhu, you
Yes.
wanted to share something, right?
Haribol, Christoph.
Yeah, no, I enjoy listening to you, and just also would confirm that I don't really see where this is a problem to accept the spiritual master as good as God. And yeah, also my same experience, right? So if you read Srila Prabhupada's books, it's every word basically is like nectar. As soon as you hear from someone else, my personal experience, yeah, it's not as good as nectar. So yeah, I don't really get the point why this is a problem.
Yeah.
And yeah, I can would say some other things, but then we would maybe go into a different direction. So I leave it at that for now.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you. Yeah, such a horrible experiences I've had with devotees saying little like this, little like that.
Yeah.
That faith starts to go down and go
Yes.
and like that. And one doesn't even realize it.
Cool. Balaram Prabhu, can I take one example? But I hope that you become not angry to me. I don't know now to speak or not.
Speak, no problem.
I am in fear because you are not...
There's nothing private. Everything is open.
But there is an example about you.
Yeah,
some analyze.
Yeah, go ahead.
Now, can I...
Of
try?
course.
The
Yes,
recording.
yes.
I'll
You can
remove
use
the
everything. No. Leave it record. Let it record. It's
No,
okay.
it's not a big thing, but now, so if someone, look, if we are always very deeply with ISKCON devotees, and then even we are not feeling it, maybe that there is some bad association by taking all the Shabda Brahman of envious of Guru, maybe of Prabhupada, or some other, there must be also envious because they don't want to accept the real Guru. Very subtle. And we are associating them. And then later on, he was also going to this Gaura Hari. So it's a good example. I know they're very fanatical Ritviks. They would never go to Gaura Hari or fall for some years even only, but that would be never the case. But you have this experience, and now, okay, now you understand. It's clear. But you have this special experience, and then I was always analyzing how you are not. You are now really full Prabhupada. Eh? But in this time, I was with Gaura Hari. Even I wanted not to speak with you because what you said to me, I was shocked. You told me even to have everyday sex is Raganuga. So therefore I wanted not to have a discussion with you. I blocked you.
No. Absolutely not. That is your misunderstanding or your speculation. That was never said.
Yeah, but okay,
No.
but
I said to you, I openly was honest that I got married and me and my wife have sex. Yes, that's it about that topic.
Yeah, but good. But you get this. Then if someone take association with someone who is not a real guru, and becomes like I was in the temple one time in the Bhakti Marga. One time I wanted to see what is going on there. They say immediately, oh, Narayan Maharaj is nice guru, your Bhakti Vedanta is nice guru, Shivananda is nice, everything is nice. And even most devotees, they go to this place, they say there are more better qualities, these guys, like all the Ritviks and ISKCON devotees even. So because more nearby Mayavadi looks externally more nice because they love everyone. So like this. And then automatically we can file to Gaura Hari to everyone because it is little bit because then we become everything is good. Let us have association with him. Then it's little Sahaja and Mayavad. What is the name? Polluting, no, dirt or
Pollution,
pollution. It can
impurities.
become because we must understand if some guru in ISKCON is not the original guru, not authorized, but he want to be worshipped like God, that he's also a little bit Mayavadi in same time. And his disciples are disciples of a Mayavadi because they also want to become guru later. I know many in ISKCON, they tell me, we should become guru, Diksha guru, you are not right this. Before I was thinking they are so nice, nice qualities, and in the end they say to me, Prabhupada say in Caitanya Caritamrita, every one of us should become guru. Now they prepare in YouTube and everything to become Diksha guru. But I told them, Shiksha guru, not Diksha. And they say no, because they have such a guru, nonsense guru, who want to worship God. Then they get also the same qualification of envious, but externally looks like they have nice qualification. But actually, we must be such an expert to see it's not really the nice qualification because it's of pratishta, built on pratishta, and it's not so visible very easily. And then if we associate with them, then maybe we can the next go to Gaura Hari to everyone, because it's only the next step to love each other, and that's very easily. And now you have also, if you experience, you cut this. So I have also other experience. You have this experience, but you learn from this, I think also. And this is I wanted also to analyze everyone and myself, how we are growing. Because you starting from Harikesh, and then you become Prabhupada Nuga, and then some more, and then you came to a little bit association with Gaura Hari. And then I was analyzing, maybe this is also because
go
of
into all these personal things. That's why I didn't want to do this personal thing. Pradyumna Prabhu, you wanted to say something, right? Okay. So, see, you wanted to say something, Pradyumna Prabhu? No problem. Okay.
Yes, I was telling something. I forgot.
Sorry. So,
but Balaram, tell me some little bit of I completely, you are seeing completely different, or what is I wanted to no, but please be not angry,
Nimai, no, not at all. Absolutely not at all.
Very
As far
sensitive.
as
I was in to speak.
No. Nimai, I make it short. As far as I'm concerned, anybody can ask me any question anytime. There's nothing private and nothing hidden, nothing secret.
Thank you, brother.
So I've always been Prabhupada Nuga. This never changed in association with Gaura Hari at all. So with Gaura Hari, actually, as far as his history, without saying too much, he was fully Prabhupada Nuga also at the beginning. Then he went on some trip and started to think that he should be guru or he is guru. And as soon as that started to creep in, then I distanced myself from him and stopped associating with him. But in my time with him, it was...
and you first showed me, first time, his photograph, I realized he is a donkey, not a bona fide guru. So I never even 1 second, either I have desire, I totally cut myself off from that devotee. And unfortunately, even from you, because your association. Because I'm so scared. Like this, because after understanding this, that taking shelter of a bona fide spiritual master is totally dependent on this part. That accepting him as equal to God, his words are perfect, and otherwise I will not be able to advance. Like, I'm scared to death for this. I cannot. This is, if I mess up in this, whole thing is corrupted, because the science is like that, Prabhu. So see, why what is happening is that you, because of trying to, you're simple, humble devotee, and really you are in a position where Srila Prabhupada is giving you a lot of blessing and shelter because of being born in a Muslim body and trying to preach there sincerely. It is overcoming your lack of this discriminatory power of association. What is happening is, because you have no association there in Turkey, and like such a I mean, what a place you are trying to even thinking about preaching, I
Yeah.
saw and all these things. Such a huge blessing you have, but it is a dangerous place. So even you are coming to Mayapur as the only place you can find proper shelter, and you have to associate with all these devotees, understanding that there is a special mercy coming on you.
They don't have to.
But
I
that is not the,
I enjoy
the science.
I enjoy associating with these devotees.
That is the problem, Prabhu. Because
Okay.
I will tell you the scriptural way, you see Chaitanya Charitamrita, there is an instance of one devotee who was going and hearing from different speakers, Bhagavatam, who were not in the line. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very upset, so upset that he said he cannot see me ever again. I forget the name, Tapan Mishra or somebody like that.
Yeah.
So then,
Yeah.
and so then he was asked what is happening, because he's going and hearing all these places. But then the devotee said, but Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but he's a pure devotee. How can he fall down? He says, he said two things, Lord Chaitanya. First of all, he could, if he hears, he could. Even if he does not, how can he tolerate hearing these things from anything against Krishna from other people? How can he tolerate it? It's a symptom, Prabhu. How you cannot, you just have to eject from it completely. Like, you cannot live like, I mean, here it itself, you will, that's the symptom. So many times, Prabhu, things happen. People say all these things about Srila Prabhupada. If you are still enjoying it, there is a problem there.
I don't think you understand at all what I meant by I enjoy being with these devotees.
Okay.
Yeah. What you're talking about now is hearing intimate philosophy, not even intimate philosophy, but hearing philosophy, which is somehow blaspheming or putting down Prabhupada. I wouldn't tolerate that, and I don't tolerate that from anybody. When Gaurahari started to talk like that, okay, I just left his association. And even my wife, when she started taking the same mood as Gaurahari, I left. So that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that I have a lot of old devotee friends. I'm making new devotee friends, and I see devotees. I see their devotional quality. I see their enthusiasm to serve and preach Prabhupada and worship in Prabhupada. You can't ignore that. That's actually one of the problems, biggest problems I see with like Ritvik devotees. They also go on this other extreme where they're like, okay, they're all demons. They're all going to hell. They're all following an unbonified path. They're not going back to Godhead. They're not Prabhupada's disciples. They're not getting shelter of Prabhupada. For me, this is nonsense, and it's okay. But this is why this course on the Guru Tattva is so important. Because if we become fully very clear on Guru Tattva, for me, Guru Tattva would encompass everything. But my focus is to know Prabhupada. And the more we become clear on that and help others become clear on that, that will just clear everything.
Mhm.
So
No, you're correct. That's the thing. All of us don't have full understanding, no, so of Guru. So, like I was mentioning, every time we have these discussions, my understanding is evolving more and more, more and more, and I'm so thankful for devotees talking from different angles like this. So definitely by this discussions, more and more we come to understand, and then we can clear up. And that one of the reasons I started thinking of as a science of Guru Tattva, because I saw very nice devotees within ISKCON too, nicely preaching. When I was in Russia, I saw these group of devotees who are so nice, so wonderful, distributing books away from part of kind of ISKCON, but not in ISKCON like groupies like that. And I was thinking, man, if we just say Ritvik and all that, this is all external, no? These are all label. It has to come out in following and hear
Absolutely.
from Srila Prabhupada. So gradually, that's how I started.
Sorry.
What I've seen either in ISKCON association, yeah, I know you are saying that not everybody like that, but because of that together association, especially coming from leaderships, and then classes coming who are kind of
So can I just say something to you before I forget it? Sorry, really, to interrupt you. I know you can hold it and forgive me. But we also have to say the truth about another thing also is within ISKCON, I'm knowing and I'm meeting more and more devotees who like this. They have the so-called guru within ISKCON. And at the beginning, of course, everyone comes in by Prabhupada's books. And then they're sort of redirected to take initiation from Prabhupada's disciples. And a lot of them now, after things happening in ISKCON, they're reading. And as years go by, people hear and learn more stuff about what's going on, what goes on. And then they still within ISKCON, let's say undercover to some degree, they I don't know if I'll say naturally, but their consciousness becomes re-diverted, even though their so-called guru is still alive, to Prabhupada. And they clearly see, as they read Prabhupada's book more and serve more, that Prabhupada is the person taking them back to Godhead. And their so-called Diksha guru is just there as some kind of, I don't know what, but they're losing. This aspect also has to be said that this is going on in this
definitely.
time.
So that's how we see the symptom. If they're accepting the shelter of the bona fide spiritual master Srila Prabhupada, shelter meaning accepting him as the the equal to God, and hearing Bhagavatam, and then surrendering to him, whatever he says is correct, Srila Prabhupada, and then changing one's wrong conceptions, whether told by guru, one's guru or whoever, that is the symptom of a real initiation happening within. And many devotees I've seen, they are having like that. When you talk, no, really, then you understand. Oh my God.
Yes, yeah.
No? And I've seen two devotees, two category generally of devotees. There are a few more, especially people who were with Srila Prabhupada earlier, and they are able to keep away because of thinking a lot about Srila Prabhupada, like meditating on Srila Prabhupada. They are able to keep away from the bad association. You are able to keep to a large extent because of kripa, because of preaching in a certain situation. Literally, a kripa is coming on you, even though so many.
No, plus I don't even really associate with Islam. I mean, being in a Muslim country, you say I'm away from all association.
Therefore, you stay for so long and everything. No, from before, I'm saying, from before. So whatever. So finally, and then there are two main category I've seen is who are distributing books many times, Sankirtan, and who are uh, deity worship. What happens, deity worship, if somebody is doing really well, no, some of that association of Krishna, many I have seen pujaris, they start to, Krishna keeps giving them mercy by that, and they become fixed up with Srila Prabhupada. And book distributors, initially they may be all these things, but at a certain time in their lives, because of this again kripa by Srila Prabhupada, because of the great mercy, is again I see that they start coming to this. Not everybody, but I've seen like more than generally other devotees. They start to become really initiated by Srila Prabhupada. They start surrendering. And what is everyone other people's experience, but this is mine.
I even also I meet someone in Shivaram's place in Hungary, and immediately I was speaking in the prasadam room, where we get the prasadam, speaking with someone, and very sensitive, started the topic a little bit to, and then he said actually in the end, hey, yes, you are right. But because I have a house here on this place with my wife and I, we don't know what to do, but even our children are not more in the Gurukul. He told me. So he believed fully that Prabhupada is his guru. But some other, he was staying there, but he could not speak with everyone. And I started this, exactly this devotee I catch. But okay, there's some exception, but yeah.
We will come to this point in we'll come to this point as we go forward, but the biggest issue, no, biggest thing is Bhakti Lata Beach. And this is Bhakti Lata is very important. Bhakti Lata, the starting of the, it's pure devotional service beach, not just any devotional service. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada is explaining, and he actually explains that only by satisfying the bona fide spiritual master does one get this Bhakti Lata beach, which is pure devotional service. Otherwise, see, otherwise one gets other bijas,
Yeah.
karma beach,
Kama Bija, yeah.
bija, and that, see, that, and that is relates to same thing. Yasya deve para bhaktir yatha deve tatha guru. That as one has full faith, as one developing faith, one gets that much revelation. So that it is related. If one is not satisfying a pure devotee, Srila Prabhupada, a spiritual master, satisfy meaning he's a person, no? You are accepting he there is a person, he is your guru. You have to satisfy him. No, it's not like grandfather is seeing you, he's happy, pleased. Not that satisfaction is being mentioned. Is guru. He is satisfied or not? It's a personal relationship, no? So that, because of which it is ISKCON as a whole group, as of, because of the leadership, it'll not reach its potential, which Srila Prabhupada has given in the books, because the leadership is not doing it, surrendering and asking him to like satisfying. How can Srila Prabhupada be satisfied if he is saying he is speaking Bhagavatam and one is telling, no, you don't have to accept him as your spiritual master?
Yeah, oh my God, no.
Be satisfied. Then how will they get Bhakti Lata Bij? It cannot. Pure devotion service will not manifest, and because of which it remains so many Mishra Bhakti. It looks like Bhakti, and there is a component of of devotional service, but not pure.
Okay,
Actually,
we don't have much time, but I mean, we can maybe finish up on this question for next time.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, Prabhupada is there. He's living, he's reciprocating. So if there is some, not if there are many devotees here who, let's say, externally have their guru within Prabhupada's ISKCON, and they're distributing Prabhupada's books. Is, as you say so nicely right now, Prabhupada is a person and it's a relationship. Why isn't Prabhupada reciprocating with that disciple who's going out distributing his books?
Yeah.
Is
but
it
not fully surrendering, no, as his guru. That's why I was saying.
okay? But that lack of fully surrender that you're talking about has come about because some of his disciples are what's it called? Redirecting the worship of the disciple to them rather than fully to Prabhupada. So in one sense, we have innocent sheep, and Prabhupada's is dealing with them, is reciprocating with them.
Yeah. I mean, he is ye yatha mam prapadyanti, no, as you surrender. So he is, of course, he is saying that, no. He's definitely seeing everything. He is he is sitting in everyone's heart as the expansion of the super soul right there in all of the devotees' heart. So but that doesn't mean that he doesn't want that you, like, without doing that also you can, you have to have that. We discussed that before, that why you can't blame people becoming sheep on gurus. No, being misled to on gurus, because you yourself had the desire, you meaning I'm saying a rhetorical way.
It is same. Let's say you are with your wife, with you're married. You go with your wife somewhere, and there are some guys who treating your wife not so nicely, maybe, or say something what is not correct, or then you must immediately protect your wife. She want to see it, that you are not a softie or something. Immediately you must be angry, and then the woman is she's fighting for me. And Prabhupada, what I don't know where I read this, but Prabhupada say you can worship your guru every day, very nice. But if there comes some discussion, you must fight for your guru. We are spiritual soldiers. If there is even attack on Mayavad, immediately we must fight. There's never peace, because we must always tell the truth, and immediately the opposing party start to fight against us. It would be always a fight between coming together with a Mayavadi. We cannot accept, because he said we are all one. We must immediately start to fight. This is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission, actually. And immediately, if someone say Prabhupada is not a guru, we cannot say, okay, it's okay. We must immediately fight. So there can be automatically never completely worship, because we cannot stop to fight for our guru. If we don't fight, then Prabhupada say, what kind of disciple you are? You don't fight for me. Like a woman, she want also that you fight with someone, say, you are a bitch or whatever, what is not true. And then you must immediately fight. Otherwise, what a man you are. So therefore, we must fight for our spiritual master also, always. And that's the point.
Yeah.
We cannot accept some Prabhupada cannot be a guru. Immediately we must stop.
But you see, yeah, you see, you have to see the real point also. They don't say that. None of the devotees, I've never talked to any devotee in ISKCON that says Prabhupada is not our guru. They say he's our guru.
Not Diksha Guru.
I'm reading. Yeah. See, so this, and then this understanding of what is Diksha, what is so, hopefully these talks and this course, if we can get really nicely clear on Guru Tattva, and then make it nicely presentable to the public, slowly, slowly, you could just clear all the grayness, all the clouds, all the mist or whatever. This is bona fide Guru. This is assistant to bona fide Guru.
I mean, what I feel, we should be able to propagate as we become strong in our own conviction and following Bhagavatam, hearing whoever is teaching us Bhagavatam, he is our guru. That it's a simple thing to understand for anybody around the world, and it is clear. Without it, not.
See, that's like you're bringing up this point, very nice. Now, in the last 10 years, I've seen that ISKCON introduced a new label for Prabhupada, and it's coming out more and more saying it more. Srila Prabhupada is the preeminent Shiksha Guru. They're saying that because they know everybody's being fed by Prabhupada, so they're giving that and then say, but then there's still a twist there, but you need a living guru.
Your guru, that is never Srila Prabhupada, but
Huh?
if somebody asks who, they say preeminent Shiksha Guru. But
Yes.
when they say, who is your guru?
Yeah, they mean
Say
Diksha.
Srila
They
Prabhupada.
mean,
If you say Srila Prabhupada, they say, are you Ritvik?
yes,
But you just said, no, he's your preeminent Shiksha Guru. Why can't I
yes,
say he's my guru?
exactly.
Can't.
Yeah, yeah.
Because actually, it is not what they want. This is
Exactly. Yeah,
accepted that he is my
yeah,
guru.
yeah. But this is the few at the top that
Just
want to
a
be
label.
guru or this or that.
No, Prabhu.
No.
People
People are experiencing that. Everybody's experiencing that. The preeminent Shiksha Guru in their life is Prabhupada. They're living it. Therefore, they're getting the result of that.
So, Padmana Prabhu, you wanted to say something? No. Okay. So, I'm going to
Yeah,
stop.
bro, I have to ask.
Yeah.
Yeah, two things I'm hearing. First thing that we should be strong enough that Srila Prabhupada is the guru. That we should understand this, that you are mentioned Bhagavatam hearing and reading Srila Prabhupada books, book distribution, deity worship. One thing is that, and second thing is that we should associate or not associate. But if we do not associate, how will we convey? So two things are there that we should keep ourselves strong also, and sometimes you have to associate also so that we can. So how to understand that?
One has to associate to
You're getting it?
preach only, not to take association.
No,
Yeah, that okay.
just like we are going to Mayapur. I'm going for 1 month there. So,
That is
what
go
should be
to
the
Vrindavan.
approach?
Like let's say go to Vrindavan, there are so many devotees, no? We appreciate from far away, not closely associating, paying obeisances very respectfully. It's a nectar of instruction. When you associate, the danger is when you reveal your heart. Close association. Priti Purvakam, no? Three things. Six things.
Yeah, intimate association should be
Association.
avoided.
But otherwise, if one is aware that this is going on, minimizing of Prabhupada as less than God's words, then one can remain safe. And then one is thinking of Krishna in the holy name, holy place, hearing from Prabhupada, then one is protected. No? But people will tell here, there. So many. I've lived in Vrindavan. I know how people tell. There's that one sentence, one here, there, passed on. One statement they'll just say. And then I'm like, oh my God, it just hold. Then one has to really go and.
For me, it's always, if I'm in Mayapur and in Vrindavan, it's always so nice adventure because immediately, if someone, I come in contact with so many devotees, and immediately they ask me who is the guru or something, I say immediately Srila Prabhupada. And then immediately discussions start, and I like it. And
That's true.
but many of them, they don't hate me even. I speak so nicely. I try my best. And even now, if I see them every year, and then I see they are speaking about me with some other, oh, maybe I can subtly feel, this is a Ritvik or something. But they're smiling and hello, Haribol, and
Kanchor Prabhu, yes.
No, I was just telling the same thing happened to me also. When we go to Vrindavan, they ask, what's your name? Then, oh, who is your guru? Second question. Then we say, Srila Prabhupada. Then the third thing they will tell, because my face looks like South Indian, then they will tell immediately, oh, you're from Bangalore, Madhupur background. Oh my God, like that. That is their expression. That's it. They just go away
and
from
that
me. They
fight
don't
is
want to
going
discuss.
on. Yeah.
Yeah, when I take out the proofs, like like this 1977 conversation, July 9th letter, and all that. Hey, Bhagjo, please go away from him. Don't talk to him closely. We have service, bro. That's it, bro.
So our
So
Leo.
for last
Yeah.
Christoph.
last
Yes,
for
brother.
last year I was also there in Mayapur for 1 month. I was doing that business altar making with my friend. So immediately they will talk for little. Then immediately they will ask. Next question will be, who is your speech guru? Then if I say that Srila Prabhupada, then it will be all over. They will know that these are from the Ritvik. They will not take that what we are product we are selling. So I have to give up that business, and then now at least I can say that okay.
It's very good, no? Okay, that is a disciple. You give up the business, I'll die before I'll say anything else. That's good.
I have to.
Okay, Prabhu, I must
Leo
know.
Prabhu,